Hello, beautiful souls. It's a beautiful day. I wanted to take a moment to talk about what happens before you get to do a quantum healing session, especially for those that are part of the program, the Awakening the Healer Within training program, because something crazy is happening. As you know, this is the first time the Intergalactic Healers Council are doing a program like this. And they're noticing trends that have come through trance revelation, but also I was speaking with someone and she mentioned to me, every time that I'm getting ready to do a quantum healing session, I almost want to cancel, reschedule the session because a lot of things are happening that are out of my control and it feels very chaotic. So we were talking about that now, and I didn't tell her that I was already getting a lot of information about this because, it's interesting to see other people's perspective. So anyways, we're talking and she says, you should do a video on this. And I said, yeah, I should. So I did the video and then I deleted the video because something was telling me to get the other program participant perspective. And also other clients that have done more than one session. What are they thinking that is happening before they get to their quantum healing sessions? And the answers actually blew my mind. When we get ready for ayahuasca, it's a very sacred time. We go into a dieta. Sometimes it's a month dieta where there is no fried food, a lot of restrictions. We're cleaning the physical body. We're cleaning the mind. We're not doing any type of drugs, anything like that, because we got to be ready for this sacred experience, right? Well, in quantum healing, we don't have a lot of those restrictions, but the more people take the sessions very respectfully and very sacredly, something powerful happens. Sometimes even without them figuring out what is happening. And these are moments of chaos, tower moments, as someone called them within the program. Sometimes people get a lot of outside influences coming in to affect their inside, meaning things are falling apart or things are being revealed. Sometimes things are coming as a vision or dream before their sessions to let them know that they need to work on that. I seen that for myself too, where before my quantum healing session with someone, because of the way that I treat this as very, very sacred, I am getting messages and revelations before I get to my session. So by the time that I go to the session, it's just for confirmation. But a lot of people told me, before I get ready to do a quantum healing, a week or two before, there are things happening that feel so chaotic that I wish that I can reschedule the session. And some people do end up rescheduling their session because they feel that is so much that they will not be able to get most of what they wish to get out of the session. And I have to tell you, it is quite the opposite. When you're getting ready for your session and you are taking it seriously, sacred, you are taking the time to do the work, to do the integration. We're spending time communicating back and forth, and then you reschedule. You actually push your healing away. And everything happens in divine timing. I'm not saying that if you reschedule that you're not going to get the healing. I'm saying is sometimes, especially those that are very, very chaotic weeks, they're coming with very big messages for you. And by you pushing your session to another week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, what you're doing is that you're postponing the healing because it was coming up for you to work through those things so that you can get answers that are very, very big. And by postponing the healing, by rescheduling your session, what you do is that sometimes, unfortunately, you're not passing those tests. We know that we have spiritual tests back and forward. I would recommend for anyone that is going through this to think very wisely about not rescheduling their sessions. Remember, not only my schedule is getting fuller and fuller, but also you want to take, like if you pay someone, let's say for example, you're not part of the program and you're paying a regular rate, most people won't let you reschedule. If you reschedule, you lost your session unless it's a very big emergency. And with the program, we tend to be a little more, we have too much empathy, I think. So I allow people to reschedule if they need to sometimes. most of the time, but that might change in the future. But what I'm saying is, if you're paying someone $700 for a session, just one session, if you go to somebody else and you paid $400, $500, $600, $700, some people pay even more than $1,000 per session, will you reschedule? And remember, a lot of the time people have a waiting list. It's no, you call in today and you're in tomorrow. Most of the time, a lot of people that are very good at this are going to have a bigger waiting list. Like I can tell you, within a couple of months, I'm not going to be able to see people as quick as before. So what I'm saying is, if you keep that in mind, will you reschedule, or will you push yourself to do what you need to do, because you know that you have to face whatever the challenge is, that you have to open up and discuss whatever is coming up, because it's coming up for a reason. Anything that comes to us is coming for a reason. Are we going to honor the healing that we have to do within us, or are we going to push and delay things because we think, okay, once I breathe, I'm going to be able to think about it better? It doesn't always happen like that, because that's why we need the coach. That's why we need the practitioner to help us go through these things so that we can navigate out of it faster, more efficiently, with grace. I like to say grace because, trust me, I have been through situations where I haven't been able to do it gracefully. So once Spirit asked me to start thinking about the healing in a graceful way, I realized, wow, this is what they're talking about, because sometimes my healing was very chaotic and it was like boom, blah, and then, it doesn't look very pretty. But when we think of grace, we think of purity, we think of whiteness, like the color white, we think of tranquility, peace, right? Because it's graceful. So that's what I'm talking about. When we think of those moments that are so chaotic, everything is happening to us. Why? Things might be falling apart at home, with friends, family, boyfriend, girlfriend, partners, wife, husband, sons, daughters. And you have to take a moment. Those are the days that you have to say, what about me? What about me? And if you push your healing, what you're doing is that you're saying to yourself, I'm not ready to heal, because I love to be the victim. I love to stay in this energy, because in this energy is where I feel something, where I feel that I belong. We get attached to the victim mentality. So when those healing moments come and it's all very chaotic, it's happening for a reason. And I'm going to ask you to think about it, whether you're doing quantum healing session with me or somebody else. Think about what that means. When you're coming up with those moments of great instability, confusion, what is Spirit trying to tell you? What is your higher self trying to tell you that you have to do, that you have to analyze, that you have to change, that you have to allow to become, or whatever it may be? Maybe so many different things. That's why when we talk before your session, the session becomes even more powerful, because we're going in with a very clear intention to get answers to things that are important to you, not to me, to you. So I wanted to do this video to explain that when you get ready to do this work seriously, things are going to get out of control. And before your sessions, you will notice things that are coming up. And I ask you to please write them down so you don't forget, because by the time you get to your session, I want you to be able to think of your session, okay, this is my session. I am taking full responsibility for my session, and all the practitioner, me in this case, all I'm doing is guiding you through the process of getting the answers and the healing. But at the end of the day, this is your session. So when you come to the session prepared, ready to do the work, to be able to surrender with a very clear intention to receive healing and answers. We don't know how we're going to get those answers. The answers sometimes don't come the way that we think they will come. So that's why we have to surrender. A week or two before, we might see a lot of things start happening, and a lot of answers are in those situations. If you really look, you will find a lot of answers in those situations. So I'm asking you to be patient with yourself. I am asking you to Surrender to the process, allow the process to happen the way that it's supposed to happen, because I promise you, I wouldn't be sitting here telling you this if it wasn't important. And I did a video that I deleted, and I felt like it wasn't coming across the best way that I could, because I wanted the perspective from the others, and they confirmed what I already knew. They're getting visions, their dreams are going to another level, they're getting deep knowings, they're going through tower moments where everything is collapsing and rebuilding in a different way. And we are really paying attention to everything that is happening around us in a very different way. Once you're 2-3 months into the program, you will see a big change in how you used to see things. And I am so serious when I say this is not me coming up with this information. This is the group, but also this is information and a deep understanding of what happens within the program, received by me from the intergalactic healers. This is not me. I don't do anything. I'm just the one that passes the messages and listen and guide you through the process. But I am not doing anything that no one else can in reality. I do bring my spirit team, and my spirit team, of course, I am in love with my spirit team because I know what they can do for me and the others in the program. But I like to remember too that this is a gift for me, and a gift for me is to be able to work with people that want to heal and that want to become healers. So I am just as honored and grateful as those that are in the program. And I have noticed trends that are beyond my wildest imagination, and the similarities between sacred plant medicine and quantum healing, it just keeps blowing my mind, because honestly, the more I do this, the more in awe I become with the whole process, the more revelations and the more learnings and teachings, and it just continued to spend my mind. And what I thought I knew yesterday, it goes to another level every day. So I'm just as honored and grateful and thankful for this experience. If you have any questions about this, please don't just reschedule your session because you're afraid, because you're not ready, because whatever. Because it's coming up for a reason. And just the fact that you want to reschedule, there is a message there for you. There is a teaching lesson for you to go through and pull out of the entire experience. So I'm going to leave it here for now, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much, and have a beautiful day.